They said, not again, not again. They said, what's up, what's up, what's up? It is your boys. It is your boys from the Crazy Talk podcast. It is your boys. It's Tuesday, so it's Tuesday Night Live. They said, oh my God. Yo, they said, of course, y'all, that lets y'all know that in our pre-production meeting that there was a little marijuana involved. They said, I am fully loaded. Yes, I'm fully loaded. But yes. What's up? It is your boys. It is none other than Kobe Nasir Wallace, aka Call Me Dot Crazy, host of the hottest podcast coming straight out of Wilmington, Delaware, the Crazy Talk podcast. And of course, I am here with none other than the man with the plan, Noah fucking Bip. What's up, Bip?
What's up, my brother?
Man, you know what it is. They said tonight we are about to create another banger because we have been prone to doing that lately. They said these last stretch of episodes since episode 20 for me has been some of the most fun that we've had in this whole journey, right? Tip. They said we are here at episode 24, which is another amazing landmark, if you ask me. They said we are wearing the Kobe number. They said, so I'm hype about that tonight. They said, but tonight it won't be a lot of bullshitting, okay? They said tonight it won't be a lot of fucking around because we have a very serious albeit controversial topic to discuss when it comes to the whole Rick Chow case in the murder of Cyrus Carmack Belton. They said we will be getting into that in just a little bit, but as y'all can see, it's just me and Tip tonight. Yes, it is just me and Tip tonight. They said the Fat Boy Gang, I don't know what the fuck they are doing tonight. They said I don't be in their business like that, but I'm sure they are finding themselves some trouble to get into. They said, but of course it's Tuesday Night Live, so the show must go on. The show must go on. They said, Tip, you were very vocal in wanting to talk about the case of the murder of Cyrus Carmack Belton. I was already on plan. I was already on board with it. It was something that I really wanted to talk about as well. I mean, from me first seeing it, because this happened back in 2023. The case, the trial is just now commencing, which has sent shockwaves through social media, which is how I found the case. But looking into the case, seeing live testimony from the case, it was really intriguing to see. It was really intriguing to see. It was really intriguing to see some of the testimonies from on the defensive side. It was really intriguing to see some of the witnesses that testified. This whole case blew me away, Tip. I'm not gonna lie. And now I'm actually glad that we waited until this episode to do it, because now we have the full scope of everything. We have the full scope of whether he's charged, whether he's convicted, or we have the sentencing. Like, there's no sentencing, they said, because the motherfucker's not guilty. Spoiler alert. They said motherfuckers not guilty, right? They said so. a lot to discuss tonight, Tip. A lot to discuss tonight.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
at the beginning of this episode, I said that it was a very controversial topic because I do think that there are things that we're going to discuss that maybe me and you won't see eye to eye on. So I'm really intrigued to talk about this. You have an article. You can go ahead and read that article so we can kind of get the basis of everything that's going on.
Yes.
Miss Cyrus.
Yeah. So this is just the first report of the actual case.
Mhm.
This is from CNN. I'm gonna try to make it short, summarize a little bit. So in South Carolina, a convenience owner has been charged with the murder after allegedly chasing a 14-year-old boy and shooting him in the back after suspecting the boy of shoplifting, authorities said. We later learned that what was quote unquote the items was 4 water bottles. The child's Cyrus Carmack Belton has gone into the store in Columbia, this is South Carolina, around 8 p.m. Sunday and was confronted by the owner who accused him of shoplifting, according to Rich County Sheriff Leon Lott. Next report, he did not shoplift anything. We have no evidence that he stole anything whatsoever, the sheriff said. This is the first report.
Mm.
Monday, adding even if he had, that's not something you shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old boy. So, with that information, uh, to go back into
14-year-old boy.
right to go back into the present,
Mm.
Chow was on trial for the murder of the boy. Chow was a 61 Asian man. I'm not sure the exact Asian he is, but we do know he's Asian. He shot Cyrus Carmack Belton in the back for Leslie shoplifting code, and they found him
And
not guilty.
Tip, I think not only would it be not only would it be of course more entertaining, but I think it would also be more informative, right? Tip, if
Mm,
we really peel back some layers right now,
mm.
right?
Let's do
They
it.
said because I think a lot of people always see in movies or TV the stereotypes of racist Asian people. But I don't think people really understand that there are Asian people who are just as bad, if not worse, than the white Caucasian, right? We see the stereotype, the trope of the Asian store owner who's always watching the black kid or always keeping the eye out. Don't be a menace,
Yes. Yep.
it comes right into mind. That scene in Don't Be a Menace. It to me, this is something that is not talked about enough. We see the commercials of Stop Asian Hate. Where the fuck are the commercials for Stop Black Hate? This is
Mm,
a sub community that, in my opinion, gets a lot of passes for their racist ways, gets a lot of protection from the U.S. government. They said we don't look at Asian people as immigrants anymore, right? They said we don't look at them and put them in the same boat or the same stratosphere as Latino or Latinx immigrants that come to this country.
that's a fact.
So I think it is important for us to talk about that for just a little bit. They said because this didn't stem from a black kid going into a store to steal. This didn't stem from a belligerent, rude black teenager. This stemmed from the racism and the hate that an Asian man, an Asian family, not an Asian man, an Asian family had for black people. And Cyrus Carmack Belton just happened to be the person that they carried that stereotype out on that day. Right? They said, we're looking at a 14-year-old boy. Now, granted, Tip, let's dig into the case, right? Granted, I've watched the video. I'm going to show you guys the video here in just a little bit, the surveillance footage from the entire incident. I'm going to show that in just a little bit, but me and Tip are just going to have a little discourse real quick. And this is a part I foresee us disagreeing on, right?
Mhm.
I've watched the video, I've watched it countless times. To say that Cyrus didn't go into the store to steal would be completely asinine, whether you're black, blue, white, green, or indifferent, right? For me, being from where I'm from, being as black as can be, intention is not hard to pick up in this video. Did he go into the store to steal? Did he take out 4 water bottles and put them back for no reason? No. He was in fact probably going to steal those water bottles, but he felt the fucking hawk, the gaze of someone fucking stalking him, watching him from the fucking back, that he didn't even have the gall or the comfortability to steal. They said, and tell me if I'm wrong, do you think Cyrus Carmack Belton went into that convenience store to steal? Or do you think he was completely intending to pay for those 4 water bottles?
It's for me, not that it's hard to say.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's always intentions.
Right.
I was raised on the facts, and this is just me personally. This is me personally.
Okay.
My parents always told me if you felt like you went to a store and you felt the vibe was off, and you know it was like maybe you shouldn't shop here, put your money elsewhere. Your money is powerful.
Right.
So can that be one of those things where he was like, "Man, they on my dick, da da da, put it back.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here."
Right.
But you know, I also know on the flip side, you know, not that I ever did it, but I definitely witnessed a couple, you know, partners, you know,
Right.
you know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, I can see it on that flip side too, and I'm sure that store owner has gotten people stealing before.
Yeah.
You know, it's bound to happen. It's a corner store. See, it's everywhere, not just half black areas. You know, just you know, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So you know, he's I'm sure he's been in his fair share of troubles, but I mean, the video speaks for itself, though. I'm not gonna hold us
It
up too
does.
much.
Which is why I brought it up, right?
Mm,
Because I think it's important that a lot of the time in the black community, we are completely justified in ways which we do things, right? Or
mm,
in ways which we feel after things have been done to us. Completely justified. But I feel like at times it takes notches at that validity when we neglect to kind of look at it for what it is, right?
right.
They said because these white people are always going to look at it for what it is and then some. So
Yeah.
the least that we can do is paint the picture as clear as could possibly be. I feel like that is a lot of the reason why we have been set back as a community, is because we like to put 10 on 20 when we don't have the luxury of doing that, right?
Mm,
They said, yes, is this Asian family racist? It's clear. You know, it's clear they had intention of causing a problem with Cyrus from the moment he walked into that store. There were 2 other people in the store at the same time as Cyrus, another black man. Yet the stereotype that they chose to set on was the young kid with the book bag, with the big hoodie, looking a little disheveled. What do we think he's coming in the store to do? Granted, I've seen Afghanistanic people do it. I said Afghanistanic. I've seen those type of people. I've seen the Poppy stores. So it is a stereotype that follows us everywhere, right? It's not something that we as black people
yeah.
at this point can escape. But the one thing that we can try to do is also not feed into it, right? So before we get into all of the fucking shaming that we will do of Rick Chow later in this segment, I think it is important for us to point out that yes, Cyrus did in fact probably try to steal something from the store. Did he steal something from the store? No. Like you said, it could very well be like your parents taught you. I feel y'all watching me. I feel the weird energy. I'm not spending my money with y'all. I'm out of here. It could have very well been that. Bitch, you already threw me off when you told me put my book bag at the door.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it could have very well been that type of energy, but it also could have very well been he intended to go in there and get something, and he saw that lady looking at him, and he decided that it wasn't worth the fucking risk, and he got the fuck up out of there. Which, in both parts, it does not end with him stealing, and it should not end with him losing his life. either fucking way, right? So now
Right.
let's get into the nitty gritty of it all, right? Tip. They said let's first look at the video, and then we will give our reactions on everything that we're seeing, right? They said so. Let me pull up. Here we go. Here we go. And have you been hearing anything
We
about this? Like,
continue to verbally.
what have you been hearing? Like, kind of the scuttlebutt online regarding this. Are a lot of people in favor of what's going on? Do they think Rick Charles should have been convicted of this?
Um, Shit. From what I'm seeing, I mean, I'm on black side of media,
No,
so I don't really see the hate he might get. Unless it's like through like World Star or like No Jumper or some shit.
right.
But like for the most part, most medias, yeah, I'm seeing in support of the man being guilty.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we can see here, folks. So I'm gonna kind of break down the video as we watch it. Tip. They said, as we can see, the lady in the blue. This is a lady. This is a woman. The Chinese lady in the blue is the wife of Rick Chow. I believe her name is Ling Ling. I don't know. They said they said they said, you know, sometimes you gotta fight hate with hate. Listen, you stereotype this young brother walking into the store. Well, this young brother is stereotyping you. They said it is coming back twofold. They said, but as we see her walk around the corner of the, what is it, the counter, the cashier counter, right? Tip, which, because in the
Mhm.
beginning of the video, before Cyrus enters the store, she was behind the counter. She comes from around the counter, looks like she's stocking shelves, restocking shelves, reorganizing inventory. But in actuality, she's stalking Cyrus. She's looking at him. She's wondering what he's doing. She's keeping a close eye out for him because she's getting the, I guess, the assumption that he's trying to steal something. Um, like, as to our point, well, as to my point earlier, Tip, you can kind of see Cyrus fiddling in his pockets, which, as we also know as black kids, which my parents did teach me, you don't do that in the store.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
wear
a
a big
fact.
hoodie in the store. You don't be acting like you putting shit in your pockets. You don't be walking around with your hands all in your pockets and da-da-da. You don't do that, right? Because it feeds into that narrative, into that stereotype that this is what is going on, right? As we can see now, here we're getting to the point where Cyrus decides to leave the store. As you can see there, the lady signals something to her husband and to her son. They both run out of the store after Cyrus, which then now we see Cyrus take off. There we see both of the chows taking off after Cyrus through the gas station parking lot. Tip. Just off of that, we're going to get into a little bit of the testimony and everything that we heard during the trial a little bit later. But just off that, does this look like this boy should have lost his life?
Not even a little bit.
Does this look like fuck that? Does this look like this boy should have lost his life? Does this look like something that we know ended in murder that you can get off with not guilty when the footage says everything for itself? They said um another important part of the story that I neglected to say at the beginning, because I have yet to confirm it, because I haven't heard anyone kind of speak directly to it in any of the
Mhm.
testimonies that I heard, is the fact, or the lack thereof, that Cyrus did in fact have a gun on him, right? In some of the testimony, the son alleges that Cyrus had a gun, which is what caused his father to jump in um defense of him and shoot Cyrus, right?
Right.
Uh, for me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because, one, in the video, we saw Rick Chow go into the office and grab the gun. One, we saw that. We saw you go into the office and grab the gun. Whether or not you shot Cyrus or not, at that moment, for me, as a prosecutor, as a prosecutor's tip, as someone, as a member of the jury,
Mm.
That's all I need to see. That's all I need to hear. You did not have a gun before Cyrus came into that store. You went and got it when you suspected Cyrus was stealing from this store, which then put in your mind you're going to shoot him, whether or not you do it or not. Well, you did end up doing it, but whether or not you're going to do it, that's not the case. You grabbing the gun puts the notion that you want to shoot him.
It's considered premeditated at that point.
For me, it's clear cut, Tip. I'm not understanding why me and you are sitting here discussing this case, and it's the verdict of it is not guilty when we are watching the guilt. We see it with our eyes. How do we, as Black men, tell this story to our children and say, yeah, it's right here. We're all watching it. We all in America watching the same fucking video, but no, this is not guilty in the eyes of the law, in the eyes of justice. What? No, absolutely the fuck not. They said another reason why people feel that this case went a little sideways is because the trial did take place in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Take from that, if you will, right?
Please.
I did want to listen to the testimony of Rick Chow's son. All
right.
Why not just run back to the shell station at that point and say, this is enough. Why did you and your dad do that then?
Everything was happening fast.
Yeah.
So I got up to him and I see the gun.
Okay.
And then it's pointed at me.
Who did you tell that day that he pointed a gun at you?
I did not say the exact words. No.
Never said point, never said aim. You said he pulled a gun, I thought.
Yes, sir. I said those things.
English is your first language, correct?
Oh. Yes, sir.
Did anybody stop you from using those words that day?
No, sir. They also did not ask me.
Did you have trouble volunteering that very important piece of information?
The first thing that came to my mind was he pulled it and then I pointed with my hand.
He pulled.
Really, he took it out.
Could it have come out of his pocket when he took that violent hit on the ground that dislodged the flashlight from his gun?
I'm not sure.
It had fallen out of his pocket after you chased him 130 yards and he hit the ground, wounding his shin, dislodging that light from his gun. Could it have come out of his pocket at that point?
It could have.
Okay. Was he trying to get away from you?
I'm not sure why he ran.
Did he ever run towards you?
No, sir.
He was running away from you, right, Andy?
I can't speak.
We're tired.
Was he running towards you?
No, sir.
Was he running away from you? It's not a hard question.
I guess not to me, yes, sir.
Trying to get away from where you were, correct?
Could be.
It could be.
That was the son of.
I mean,
Shit.
like, for me, as someone who is very, well, not very, but a little versed in law, I love to watch trials, legal things, legal matters. For the life of me, I'm struggling to figure out how the fuck this guy got off with this.
No, I'm still trying to figure that out now.
Like, I'm very shocked. Even still, South Carolina, all white jury, whatever. I'm fucking shocked.
It's almost like they made it too obvious.
Yeah, like,
You know what I'm saying?
what is going on? This is
Like-
the Chinese man. Like, it's really fucking me up because I really do think Asian people are really fucking racist. I do. Like, I've witnessed Asian people be very fucking racist. So for me, it's just, this is crazy how this guy got off with this. Like, it's fucked up and as desensitized as it is. Like, if he was white, I could see it, but you know, he ain't fucking white.
Yeah. It's Kobe, it's one of those things where it's a reminder of who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. So like when I gotta tell my kids, whenever I have them, if I have them, like yo, like it don't. It's there. Even though it seems relaxed right now, it's still there. You know what I'm saying? It's a reminder, and that's how we have to take it as such. Like we gotta understand what it is.
It's I mean, yeah. I agree with that. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. I think it's a little demoralizing to continuously see cases like this though. And as black people, I hope this, like you said, it makes you remember who you are, realize who you are, realize the power or lack thereof we have, right?
Yeah.
Lastly, well, not lastly, lastly, but most importantly, rest in peace, Cyrus Carmack Belton. Rest in peace.
Pray for the family, man.
Yeah, our prayers go out to your family. We saw, well, I don't know if you guys saw, but we saw the video, the footage of in the courtroom when the verdict was read. His entire family just weeping, and I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being in that place. I can imagine that's not even my family member, but I feel that sentiment, right? It's weird. It's crazy. I'm just shocked that this guy got found not guilty on this shit when it was like clear for me, right? But in lighter, more breathable news, they said a lot has been going on. They said it's hard to segue, okay, from that. They said they said don't do me. They said it's kind of hard to segue away from that. They said, but in other news, this is episode 24, Pretty Wings. They said, and the title is Pretty Wings because they said sometimes you just gotta let shit go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let people go, and that is exactly what AJ Brown did to the motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles.
We some hating ass niggas, yo.
They said my boy is finally free of free of the burden, free of not getting the fucking ball from a lackluster quarterback. Okay, they said niggas went live with Cy in the chat. Cy, I mean, you know me, we don't fuck around here at the Crazy Talk podcast. The show must go on. They said, AJ Brown tip. Let's get into
do it, man.
Talk. Let's get into what we're seeing, the latest update in signings, the latest update in trades, the off-season tea. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. All right. So I mean, first of all, AJ Brown, congratulations for leaving that wash organization, like you said, Cole. There's one thing we don't like between the two of you, the two of us, we can agree on, is that we don't like the Eagles for nothing. For absolutely nothing. The fans, I don't even like the city. Nothing. I barely like the niggas, but I got niggas out in Philly. So
you said nothing.
But yeah, so AJ Brown left. Was traded. Sorry, he wasn't free agency. They traded him for let me see. I believe it was for 2027
7th round pick, and then a 2028 6th round pick or something like that. Which robbed highway fucking robbery. The Patriots just got away with. Let's say that first and foremost.
I don't know.
You don't think so, Tip?
Not because my thing is AJ Brown is he only has what, maybe 2-3 years left of prime, like at least 1K, maybe 2 seasons.
Yeah, maybe 2.
So it's like, and you get the emerge of Devontae Smith, and they drafted what's the boy name? Makai Lemon. So it's like, they testing the waters. So I guess they got some belief in that. But I wouldn't say it's robbery though. But I mean, Patriots are coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, so
Exactly.
it's like,
If we're talking about coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, coupled with the fact that you have one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league right now, whether people want to discuss his skill level or whatever, Drake May is one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league right now. We're talking about him week in, week out when the season was here. They said, "What the fuck, bitch? I hit you. Stop talking about my team." Nigga, shut up. we will be discussing your team. They said this is why you show up to work. Okay. They said this is exactly why I feel like it's robbery tip. You're coming off of a Super Bowl appearance. Although you're letting go Stephon Diggs, which I might say, had Stephon Diggs stayed and we're getting a Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown receiver room. Oh,
that shit make me want to stand up, man.
That would have been fucking messy. However, that's not the case. However, there were scuttlebutt, right, Tip, months ago. We even talked about it right here on this podcast that AJ Brown wanted out of Philly. AJ Brown not only wanted out of Philly, there were talks that he would be in fact going to New England. We've been hearing this rumor, although the rumor said that the trade would be for Tony Gonzalez. Do you think in that sense it's robbery? Tony Gonzalez for AJ Brown, he's one of the best corners for one of the best receivers. I feel like that's a fair trade, but getting 2 draft picks for AJ Brown, I think that's robbery, especially when you have to bank on the draft picks being amazing that year, right? You have to bank on the list of prospects being good.
Yeah, I mean, how I looked at it, Cole, I'm with you right there. So with Christian Gonzalez, it was weird for me if they did give up on him. You know what I'm saying? Because after what he did in that Super Bowl, bro, like he jumped in my ranks as a corner. Like to me, he's a top 2 corner,
yes.
In the league.
With that being, I don't give a fuck.
And with that being said, adding AJ to that and not having to let him go, it does put the burn on Philly, because at that point you're making a team that much better.
That much better.
Even if they didn't get them, you would still say they're a good team. They didn't really lose nobody.
Exactly.
I mean,
and y'all don't have to talk about the Patriots. This is AFC business. Y'all are fueling these niggas fucking depth chart. And I've been fucking damn. They said the Steelers and Philly have always maintained a good relationship when it came to trading, right? They said, so I felt like we probably should have been in that conversation for AJ, but whatever. Let's talk a little bit about the departure from Philly. What does that do to Philly's offense? We saw Philly's offense fucking struggle all season. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat this shit. We saw Philly's offense struggle to be cohesive. We saw the struggle to produce, and in the end, they didn't get the job done, right? So what does that do to not the psyche of AJ Brown, but what does that do to the psyche of the new offense of the Philadelphia Eagles with a new offensive coordinator?
What I will say, I do believe this will be a fresh restart for Philly. I'm not going to bash them as hard as people might think in the comments. But yeah, it's a restart. I know there was locker room issues supposedly with AJ Brown, which, you know, it gets in the quarterback's head if he's not online with his receivers. You know, it's obvious.
Yeah.
So maybe this can be a fresh restart for everybody in the locker room. I would be shocking if Devontae Smith. Yeah, all right. I'll be surprised if Devontae Smith doesn't take a leap that we kind of all been expecting.
Right.
Most people say he's a number 1 option as well. They got 1A, 1B, kind of how Dallas has it with Pickens and CD. So now that he's by himself, now we get to see what he's really capable of. Are you a real number 1?
You're welcome.
You know what I'm saying? So this is good to see, and as far as future and what they can do. But then again, you can Jalen Hurts not rely on just having one number 1 now? You know what I'm saying? He had 2 before. Can you handle just having 1?
What a
Yeah.
fucking take from Noah fucking Tip.
I try.
I'm right there with you, Tip. I want to know that because I actually had a conversation with someone, probably, a little bit of a meat writer for the Eagles, of course, but they said to me, we're used to having that 2 number 1, we don't know whether it's Smitty or it's AJ kind of dynamic. What does that look like when now you have Smitty, who has to be the number 1? There's no debating anymore. There's no debating whether it's AJ this week or Smitty. Smitty has to step up and do this week in and week out, while also sharpening iron with the likes of Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
Then throw in the crutch of Jalen Hurts. What does that do to the psyche of Jalen Hurts as the quarterback, no longer having that 2 receiver 1 dynamic? Now he has to build a relationship with Mekhi Lemon. Now he has to focus on Smitty. Not only that, we know the critics are going to say, Tip. We know what the critics are going to say. This is his 5th year, his 7th year with a new offensive coordinator. Now y'all have a new offensive coordinator. What does all of that do to the psyche of Jalen Hurts compiled with that schedule that they have this season?
I mean, it would be a true testament to Jalen Hurts, like I was stating. Like, I mean, can you do it? And if you can, kudos to Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can be monumental for you. You know, you're hitting that threshold where you have the playoff experience. You're a seasoned quarterback. Now, can you take another notch? Can you take your game to another level now? And with that, even Saquon. I know Saquon had a lackluster year last year. How does this affect him? Because now, if we know you can't step up, are you gonna run Saquon into the ground now because of that? It's like you got to be able to, make that balanced offense. Make something happen throwing the ball. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm curious. I always want to see players do well. I'm a hater, but I ain't that big of a hater.
Right.
So I hope Jalen can, figure it out, make it competitive. But dude, this is your now. Like, this is your now, brother. Like, let me see something.
Lastly, and then we'll move on from the Eagles. Do you think that we see another repeat of the Eagles winning the NFC East? Or will we see a change in the guard this season? We have new up-and-coming dynasties, like you talked about, those 2 wide receiver 1s down there in Dallas, with Dak coming off of one of his best seasons in years. That offense, probably the best offense, speaking statistically, last season. And then coupled with that new dynasty coming over in New York, who just signed OBJ. We're going to get into that a little bit later. With Malik Neighbors coming back off of injury, Cam Scat coming back off of injury, Jackson Dart in the whole crew. Do we see a change in guard in the NFC East, or are we looking at another year for the Eagles?
If it was my prediction based off Dallas's schedule, I don't know how we can handle it because we have one of the hardest schedules coming up.
Y'all do. We'll get into schedule strengths probably next week when everybody's back.
Yep. So I can see Washington making a push, possibly. But I would say this is a toss-up, Cole. I wouldn't say this is a definite. I think you have 4 solid teams that can make some noise, and I'm rolling the dice on here, Cole. But I can't say I know. I'm hoping it's my team. I think my team can do it. But based off that schedule, it'll be hard. But yeah, it's a roll of dice. Everyone got a chance, man. Fair game. Let's do it.
This is definitely a fair game, and I'll go ahead and give my prediction. And I only say that to say the Eagles, out of all those 4 teams, the Eagles is slated to have the easiest season. Like I said, we will get into team strengths once the whole panel is back. But I think that it is definitely going to be a toss-up. I forgot the return of JD5, which could also affect that division as well. Yeah, I do see it being a toss-up, but I see it leaning more to one of those dynasties. A little bit more towards New York right now. I don't know. I'm liking what they're doing.
What about that? How you thinking about that locker room though? With Dart?
I think once the season starts and the numbers start numbering, niggas are gonna forget.
Okay.
Once OBJ's getting the shine he's been wanting for the last couple seasons, Neighbors back doing his thing, Scat's back doing. I think everybody's going to forget about all of this. I do. We won't. But I do think people will forget about that. Next, let's get into another blockbuster trade. Jared Verse from the LA Rams traded to the Cleveland Browns for 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, defensive lineman extraordinaire, edge rushing fucking phenomenon, Myles Garrett. I mean, I couldn't be fucking happier.
I'm happy for the dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy for the guy. I'm scared as shit, but I'm happy for the guy.
As a Myles Garrett fan, right? I am ecstatic, right? I'm happy for him. Love the dude. He's a phenomenal player, one of the best to ever do it. As a Steelers fan, as an AFC North, I am ecstatic. I am jumping for fucking joy. Thank you. Yes. 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 We are about to start running the fuck out of the Browns. I mean, we always do anyway, but they always give us a little bit of a push because of Myles fucking Garrett. And we no longer have to worry. Now we have to worry about Jared Verse, but yeah, you know. I ain't worried about that. They said a tip. Let's get into it. What do you think about this trade? You happy for him, but what does that look like for that dynasty at the LA Rams? Are we building something off of Matt Stafford? Are we building something so we can have a defense that is rivaling them Aaron Donald days?
Yo, let me break something down real quick, bro. On Matt Stafford, I don't know if he has this like LeBron. I don't say he's not as good as LeBron, but it's like longevity where you just keep seeing more and more like polished year in and year out. I'm like, is this nigga getting better? Like, what the fuck they got going on? Like, he's wilding right now, and it's like they really see a future with this man. And yo, adding Myles Garrett, that shit is scary. Because the defense was the weakest point, honestly. I mean, that's the most obvious thing.
These last couple seasons, right? Yeah.
But adding Myles Garrett, it's like, bro, Myles Garrett is the LeBron, damn near LeBron of defense right now.
That flips the LA Rams dynamic on its head. In my opinion, just off the bat, like you just said there, Tip, the defense has been the struggle for the LA Rams. That struggle is no more. Myles Garrett single-handedly, as a defensive lineman, as an edge rusher, takes a lot of that pressure away. Quarterback pressures, the quarterback can't get the pass off. Run stops. I mean, come on.
Cole, let's mention this. The dude is coming off a defensive player of the year. He is not on the decline. He's not on the tail end. He is peak prime.
Right.
He's
21 sack season. Almost breaking the record. Did he break? Wait, he broke the record.
He broke it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is peak physical. He's everything right now.
Right. And of course, Tip, we have to be fair. What does that do to the team dynamic and the gameplay of the Cleveland Browns?
Pray.
Pray. I mean, one of the brightest, if not the brightest spot of that team. Does Jared Verse fill those shoes?
It's funny you said that, bro. I saw a TikTok. This shit was like they trade LeBron James for Draymond Green.
Like, and Draymond, don't get me wrong, a legend in his own right, but you're not LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. I think the aspect they're saying is that, Verse did bring that grit to the LA Rams on defense. Like, he was like they're like the hype man. Like,
yes, yep.
He was like that. He was that guy. But you know, you're not Myles Garrett.
Right.
You know, you just
In the
it's
world
not.
of DNs, right? In the world of defensive linemen, is it something? Is it still something? Because can we look anywhere else and get a real meaningful defensive lineman? Unless you're looking, you know, in Pittsburgh or Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you get something the caliber of Myles Garrett from anywhere else?
You know, you get one Myles Garrett maybe once every like fucking 30 years.
True.
Like,
Although we're not going to sit here and act like Myles Garrett is the best edge in the league. Like,
no, he is. I know you got different feelings. You know, you got somebody over there that
because the last time TJ was fully healthy, fully aware, and fully played every fucking game, he was defensive player of the season. And yeah, so I think the argument stands. And we'll see this season. Hopefully TJ comes back with the vengeance for bullshitting all last season and he comes back to fucking play. And then we can have this discussion again, Tip. But
we'll see.
I see the Myles Garrett talk. I love Myles Garrett. I'll never take anything away from him. He's a hell of a player.
Yes, yeah.
Is he better than TJ? That's where you have to fight me. I don't know. that's you know, they said, but Tip, those aren't the only trades. Those are the blockbuster trades, but those are not the only trades that have been happening, right? They said, I got a couple here that, you know, well, not, you know, only trades, but we got a couple of team updates that I think we should talk about. We got the Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons. They're extending Drake London, wide receiver Drake London, to a 4-year, $14 million extension. What do we think about that? $100 million guaranteed. Oh, wait, $100 million guaranteed. He's getting $141 million extension. Hold up, I read that wrong. A 4-year, $141 million extension with $100 million guaranteed. Drake London.
Shout out to London, man. All right, Drake. All right, Drake. Who your agent, cuz?
Fuck. They said one of the biggest. Well, this should have been fuck all that. This should have been included in the motherfucking blockbuster.
Got the bag.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have officially signed Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal. We're trying it one more time for Aaron Rodgers' official last season. Don't do that. 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 Because if we're talking about legends, if we're talking about LeBrons, Aaron fucking Rodgers. You had a hell of a season last season. And shut the fuck up, bitch. You had a hell of a season last season. And I hope this season with Michael Pittman Jr., the addition of Michael Pittman Jr., the addition of fucking Jeremy. Oh my God, Jeremy Bernard, DK. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! They said the Steelers are also extending to a 4-year, $100 million extension. Get that money, Herbig. Get that money. What do you think that does for the Steelers? What do you think the Steelers are looking at this season? Are we looking at another first and out, or can we vie for maybe an AFC championship run? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kobe, y'all can do it. I think Harbaugh leaving the Ravens.
Right.
Now the Ravens are stuck with Mark Andrews again, and not likely. And I don't know if the Browns are really.
What are the Bengals doing? Nothing.
If Joe can stay healthy, but then again, he has no defense.
Just gave Trey Hendrickson to the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think we're winning for sure.
Y'all can do it. Yeah, this your moment, Cole. Come on, bro. Lace them up. Aaron, one last ride. Come on, bro.
Of course, the first and out, you know the routine. Talk about a fucking hater. This dude's a fucking hating fuck. They said the Seahawks are extending their edge, Derek Hall, to a 3-year, $42 million extension.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a little pricey. No.
Mm,
For him.
they keep somebody, bro.
They said, but let's actually get into a full look at the Rams' new defense. They said,
Well, they don't got Durant no more because he with us. I just forgot about that.
yeah, no, they don't have Durant no more.
Yeah, he with the Cowboys
they-
now.
What's your face?
They needed DBs too. Did they sign any DBs?
Or they got the one bull. I don't know his
From
name.
the Chiefs, right?
Him right there from the Chiefs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they did fix that, I guess.
Now we have to talk about. We were kind of talking. Dip is lying in your face.
No, I'm dead ass though. Like, I mean,
like
bro,
on paper, if we don't win the North, we're ass. Like for real.
yeah, I mean, it's just y'all have real weapons on offense with Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, I understand Rodgers is old, bro, but like he's still wise with his throws. Like the nigga's not ass.
He wasn't
Like,
picking shit off every fucking game.
He
last
didn't
season.
have a receiving core for real. Now he has like a top 5 receiving core right now. So like he
Speaking
make
of
some
top
noise,
5
bro.
receiving cores,
And he has a defense. Nah, niggas is tripping. This A-Rod never has a defense, bro. Like ever. Every time he plays for outside the Jets, but that shit was the Jets, so that shouldn't count.
Tip. He's sitting there in those comments talking shit because he is terrified. And you know why he's terrified? Listen to this. Malik Neighbors, Odell Beckham Jr., Calvin Austin, Juju Smith-Schuster. That is the new receiver room for the New York Giants.
Do you want to know my honest opinion? Go.
I do.
All hating shit out the window. This thing some Spurs. Fuck out of here, bro. Knicks all the way. We're gonna talk about that later though.
I agree.
With all that, all I'm seeing is just old as shit and coming off an injury, bro. Like Odell is what 2 years removed from football. Juju, he's old now. He ain't young. He old. And then Malik Neighbors coming off that injury, bro. And I just saw him at a charity game playing baseball, and he was running. That nigga's still injured. That nigga is not healthy. And it's June?
Yeah.
Brother, get right. And then he just took fluid out of his knee, right? Because he was having like fluid inflammation or some crazy shit like that in his knee as well. So he had 2 surgeries. I don't know. Like, and then Jackson Dart, with the Trump shit.
Yeah.
It's
a lot going on in New York.
But then again, it's New York, so yeah, it's part of the game.
The addition of Jim Harbaugh, I am excited to see this New York season. I'm going to say that I am.
Wow.
However, I do agree with some of the points you made. 2 years removed from football, Odell hasn't played in 2 seasons. Yes. Juju is old. However, I do have a point to make about Juju. In the last 5 years, he has more Super Bowl wins than CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
I mean, that's cool and all, but are you better than him? Like,
he has the same amount of Super Bowls in the last couple seasons as AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Are you better than them too? Like, it's like
I wouldn't say Juju.
Like, so are we getting caught up in a moment, like the names, or like how them niggas actually play? Because like, yeah, this was 2017. Yeah, but nigga, it's 2026. Like, these niggas is not that. I love Odell, but I got Odell jersey. Like, Odell my nigga, but like,
I think Juju still got something left in the tank. I do. I don't think he's shined since he's left us. That's just how I feel. I think he has something there. And we're neglecting to talk about Calvin Austin.
Yeah. But Wardell Robinson was a dog, bro. Like, I talked about that early in the podcast, but Wardell, I don't think niggas understand how much of a piece that is. Like niggas about to really learn. Now, Wardell Robinson was on the team last year. He put up 1K. Niggas like batting an eye. Like that nigga's elite. Like he's about to feel the effects of not having that nigga. You fucking making you know it. That nigga, he was on Kobe team, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know how you feel about him.
They said,
you know how you feel about him, bro.
What's your face? So yeah, now it is time to get into money line Spurs. I agree. Let's go, Wemby.
Hell no.
Wemby for MVP. Spurs in 4. Let's get it.
Come on, Cole. You know how I feel about that, brother. You know me. You know, we got a nice little finals rematch of 99, but it's a different time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't the same.
I read the script correctly.
Except for
I'm going with Wembanyama. I'm going with San Antonio.
Brunson the dog, bro. Brunson the dog.
Brunson is in fact the dog, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
We gonna see. I mean,
Wemby just toppled the top of the mountain in OKC, like the most cohesive team in the NBA right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't think the Knicks are even half as cohesive as them.
The Spurs team. Like, let me just talk about that real quick. Like, let's just get into that. How young these niggas are, Cole. The average age, I think, is like 23. Cole, if we was on a team, we'd be one of the oldest niggas on the team. Nigga, we young as shit. Well, I feel young as shit. I don't know how niggas feel about, we 23 years old, but that is a young fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
Already to the finals. This is their first playoff experience. The only niggas that have playoff experience is Luke Cornett and Harrison Barnes. Everybody else don't got that shit. These are young niggas leading a squad.
He is fucking old as shit.
He is old. Come on. But it's like, bro, like you gotta tip your hat to these young niggas. And the Spurs is one of them organizations that like they just breed like cold niggas. Like niggas just like get to it, bro. Like I fuck with that shit from the sidelines. But
I think the same could be said for the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? I think all of that you just said, the young, all that could be said about the Thunder, and the Spurs got that job done. And so I can only, for me, as a player, I mean, not as a player, as someone who doesn't watch, like, I can only base it off of, to be the man, you got to beat the man, right? And so
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I would love to see New York get this ring. I would love to see Jalen Brunson get a ring. I don't want to see Cat get a ring, but
why don't you want to see Cat get a ring?
I don't want to see Cat get a ring. I'm good on Cat getting a ring, bro. They said
it was the guy out of pocket.
They're so sad. They said if McCain can't get a ring, Cat's not getting a fucking ring. But I would love for the Knicks to do this, but I would love 100 times more to see Wembanyama get the Finals MVP.
And Kobe, I also want to mention this that you said that, right? Wemby, what we can say as a basketball player, I know we don't talk about basketball a lot, but for the most part, he's ahead of schedule for what he's at.
His right.
Michael Jordan didn't see a finals until he was 28, I believe. LeBron saw one at 22, I believe. If he gets this ring,
he's only 21, right? Or
22.
Now, right?
He's 22 years old. He's younger. Yeah, I think he's 22. I'm gonna say he's 22. If he gets this, I don't think people realize how much this would mean to his legacy off the rip.
Off the
You know what I'm
rip.
saying? Off the rip. Like
I think
he's in
he
uncomfortable
gets-
conversations already.
if he
Unanimous
gets
defense player of the year.
he immediately gets in that Kobe, LeBron, Mike talk.
I wouldn't say he's in there just yet, but he's like, I already have y'all beat at this age.
Yeah.
At this age, I got y'all beat. I'm a unanimous defensive player of the year, the first one ever when niggas was like, yeah, he's the best defensive player, and there's nobody fucking close.
And that comparison in the likes of, we knew LeBron was going to be that shit out the gate. Young,
Yes.
19. We knew that.
That's pressure.
Same for Kobe. We knew that. Like, I mean, that first year in that 8 was a little, but after that, we knew
We saw the
that.
potential. We saw the vision.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I think Wemby solidifying this in his second year is amazing.
Third year, yeah.
Third year,
Still,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
It's still, yeah.
Your third year at 22, and you're in the fucking NBA finals. That's already a fucking accomplishment in itself. You win the fucking finals, you get the finals MVP. I think you're in those talks. I think you're at least in KD, Curry.
You ready? You're about to hit those talks.
Right? They said
people
because
do Jokic, like
those that
one
tier,
play.
right? That tier of talent. Because I do think you're right there. I agree. I agree with that. There is that level of talent. You got Mike, Kobe, and you got, LeBron. And then you got that other talent right up under there. You got the Shaqs, you got the Jokic's, the Currys, the KD.
He's ahead of schedule. He's on that schedule now.
Schedule.
He's on that schedule. I respect it.
He's not the quintessential. He's not the quintessential center, big guy, right?
No, he's not. He's a fucking alien.
Nimble. And yeah, he's nimble. He's agile still at 6'8", 6'7". Like
he's 7'4", brother.
He's 7'4".
Yeah, he might be 7'5" with shoes on. Cause
I feel like that's so cap. Like, how can he not get folded?
He's
like,
7'5". He moved, bro.
Bung. Like,
no, that nigga. Remember, he's unanimous defensive player of the year. His defense ain't even the issue. He had that out the gate. The nigga had 11 blocks in his first playoff game.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less, right?
I mean, to be fair, but damn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the nigga is.
So, what are we looking at here? Knicks versus Spurs. Let's set the stage. What are our predictions? You go ahead. Go first.
I think Knicks take game 1. Out the gate, just off the fact that they had that playoff experience. I think the Spurs might be a little bit rattled. Then I have the Spurs taking it back. So now it's Syracuse tied 1-1. I think New York then takes both games and at home. Spurs then get game 5 now, and I think Knicks take it in 6. They finish them off. I think it goes to 6.
I disagree. I think coming out of the gate, I think that anecdote about the Spurs being rattled, I think that's going to be the Knicks. I think coming off of, I believe the Pacers put the Knicks out last season.
Yeah.
I think the hype of the Spurs might just get to the Knicks. The hype of Wemby knocking off OKC. The hype of New York being in their first final since 99. I think that might get to Jalen Brunson in the New York Knicks.
I don't know, because I feel like they won it so bad because they had a taste of it last year. They had a taste of it. These boys didn't have a taste. What scares me about the Spurs on that flip side is that they have no expectations.
Yeah.
But they think they're going to win. That's scary.
It's like being the underdog, but you're not even the underdog.
Yeah,
like,
but you feel like, they're literally. Like you're not supposed to be here. So the fact that y'all here, good. Like, even if y'all lose, we're not really going to say too much. Like, we're not.
Yeah.
But if you win.
So you're saying the Knicks have 100% more to lose than the Spurs?
Oh, 100%. Because this is your best window, probably.
Your year.
This is your best window.
what does that do to the future of Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks if they don't get this win?
Either you go in next year thinking you could do it again, or I would say you would probably try to push for that trade, try to get not even either, just try to get Giannis. Try to get fucking Giannis.
Trade Jalen Brunson though?
Fuck no.
Oh, I was going to say no.
If I gotta send Cat and
Out
Mikal
of there,
Bridges,
yeah.
if I gotta send Cat and Mikal Bridges,
Yeah.
do it.
I wouldn't
But
send
keep
Mikal
OG.
Bridges. Mikal Bridges is actually one of the most clutch players in the NBA in the last 10 years, in my opinion. Sorry.
He is clutch. I would say keep OG and Brunson, and that's it.
Well, with that being said, Tuesday Night Live. It's been a great Tuesday Night Live. They said we were a little serious in that first half, but of course, in the back half, we got to business. I can't wait until August, right? Like, I can't wait until we are deep talking about football season.
Oh, yeah. We gotta start talking about college too. We gotta get into the college scheme.
Yeah,
we might be a little bit bored. You know what I'm saying? Let's get early August started, man.
Really, I think we'll be seeing the guys like 2 times a week when
we might have to do some shit with that.
Rolls back around. They said because we'll probably have our own sports show and then Tuesday Night Live, separately, So we'll see. We'll see. They said, but yeah, no, Tuesday Night Live. This was a fucking banger. Next week, hopefully, the whole panel will be back. As you can see, this bitch ass nigga is commenting from the iPod. They said so. Hopefully next week we're all back in the swing of things. But tonight was great. Sub the fuck up. They said it's June. Later this week, After School Days returns. I almost fucking forgot. After School Days returns. All Grown Up returns. I got some sweet content coming. Next week. Tip. We won't be here next week.
No, we won't.
You won't be here next week.
Yeah.
We talking shit about them. Me and you won't be here next week. They said, but we will have something that's going to drop for y'all still. We'll do something probably over the weekend and get something dropped for y'all for next Tuesday. But otherwise, it's your boys. You know. Call me Doc Crazy, aka Kobe Nasir Wallace, and it's my co-host, none other than Noah X Tip. And we are signing out.